So we are on to match number 27 in Vivo IPL, and it is the one that many call the El Clasico of IPL. It's Chennai versus Mumbai. It has taken a while this season for these two big teams to meet, but after a long time, when Chennai is clashing against Mumbai, they are the favorites. They have won 5 on the bounce. Mumbai, on the other hand, in the last match, they got back winning momentum. At this point, I'm joined by my fantasy gully expert, Khardik Pandya, to talk about the fantasy predictions for this game. It's going to be very interesting. Will be played in Delhi. Not since 2013 knockouts have they played at a neutral venue in Delhi. So perhaps neither of the teams will remember that. It'll be a new game. Interesting game. Karthik, we will talk about Chennai, but what about the Mumbai batting this season? They haven't looked like the Mumbaikars.
Yes, early days, but still a few worrying signs. So last few seasons, the batting, the fulcrum of the batting has been revolving around Ishan Kishan and Suryakumar Yadav. And then you have the fillers in Rohit Sharma, Tikka, Kieron Pollard and Hardik Pandya. But this season, none of the top 6 have fired consistently. You have Kieron Pollard in one game, Rohit Sharma in another, Suryakumar Yadav, etc., etc. And that is the reason why even their win rate has come down. Now, if you look at the of fantasy points given by the openers, let's consider Rohit Sharma and Quentin. Rohit Sharma, last 10 games, he's averaging close to 50 fantasy points as an opener. And Quentin is averaging 40. That too, because in the last game, he gave above 100. So that's the reason why Mumbai are not quite up in the top 3. And look at Chennai, Faf du Plessis and Ruturaj Gaikwad. Don't know what's gone up with them this season. Faf du Plessis is giving you, if you just look at the last 3 games, 91 points or 97 points average. And Ruturaj Gaikwad is just close to 90, 87. So that's the reason why these two teams are looking a little bit apart. And as you rightly mentioned, Chennai after a long time start as favorites.
Yeah, and Mumbai will definitely be trying to go up on that league table. They are at the number 4 spot now, and they'll really be trying not to fall below that, because then the competition hots up really at the back, in the middle part of the table. Now, talking about this competition, can you give us your top picks?
Well, first I'll start off with Chennai. 2 definite topics, Faf du Plessis and Moeen Ali. The reason for Chennai's turnaround after a hopeless last season has been Moeen Ali. He's just come in, occupied that slot at number 3, and then even with the ball, he's given you wickets. And to be honest, he has stolen Suresh Raina's thunder. That's his impact this season. He has a fantasy gully rating of 8.7, and on an average, he's giving you 46 fantasy points. So these are my definite picks from Chennai. From Mumbai, in terms of batting, I'll still persist with Suryakumar Yadav, because he was in great form last season. Again, even against England, he was really terrific. It's just that these starting bloopers are kind of affecting him. And bowling, I'll go with Mumbai again. Trent Bolt, Rahul Chahar. These are the bowling consistent performers for Mumbai. These for my top 5 fantasy picks.
Karthik, Pollard and Hardik Pandya, they have been lethal batting combination over the last few seasons. But this season, they really haven't fired the way they have fired in the previous seasons. Would you still go with them?
Yes. 2 primary reasons. One is that Mumbai generally doesn't change its combination, whether they're winning or losing. That's why the dropping of Ishan Kishan came as a surprise. But now that they've done that, it means that there could be a promotion for the likes of Krunal Pandya, Hardik and Pollard. Means more batting time in the middle. Now, if you look at Hardik Pandya in the IPL in Delhi, he has a strike rate of 174. So that comes as a good sign for him. And if you look at these 2 guys, that's the like for like guys, Hardik and Pollard against CSK, both have a strike rate of 150 against Chennai. So the numbers are there. We just need to show confidence in them and hope that they come good.
The teams have been actually deploying the slower ball against Hardik Pandya to slow down his innings. Talking about the other West Indian, that's the one who's in the Chennai team, Dwayne Bravo, used to be one of the value picks over the last few seasons, most valuable player. But now, does he command that value?
To be honest, no. Actually, the numbers don't support my saying. The numbers say that on an average, he's giving you 50 fantasy points if you play him against Mumbai. And on the flip side, if you say Pollard against Chennai, Pollard is giving you 35 fantasy points. So now then you will ask me, why can't you have Bravo in your team? Simply because last 2 years, not only in the IPL, but overall in general T20, we see Bravo getting injured, not playing a whole season with full fitness, missing the big bash. Even for CPL, he rarely comes out to bat, sorry. And even in the IPL also, his batting touch is gone. So that all-rounder part from Bravo is gone. He's just become a pure bowler.
Yeah.
So if you just restrict yourself to numbers, Bravo has dismissed Pollard 9 times in T20s. Sure, excellent. But does he warranty that form going in? You have the likes of Moeen Ali, you have the likes of Faf du Plessis, you have the likes of Sam Curran as well. Lungi Ngidi is doing well. Imran Tahir did well the other day against Bangalore. You have so many options. Might as well skip Dwayne Bravo for this fixture.
Khardik, tell us about the bowling picks from both these sides.
Well, we have already discussed that in our top fantasy picks. So I'll definitely go with Trent Bolt and Rahul Chahar. Now, my heart is just wearing a little bit between Lungi Ngidi and Deepak Chahar. Because if you compare these two sides this season, apart from that power play phase, there is not much to choose in terms of wickets taken. So both have done reasonably well from over 7 to 20. It's that power play area where Mumbai have struggled. They are on par with Hyderabad, I guess, in taking the least wickets this season during that period, while Chennai are at the top. And the reason why they are at the top is because of Deepak Chahar, Lungi Ngidi, and Sam Curran. So Deepak Chahar on his day is going to give you 3 to 4 wickets for sure. So I'll just see at the toss who wins the toss, and if Chennai are bowling first, I might go in with Deepak Chahar.
And since it's Delhi, anyone who wins the toss will try and bat second, because that's really been the outlook of the season. So those are your fantasy outlook for the game, the big game coming up today, El Clasico of IPL between Chennai and Mumbai. If you want to be a super selector, make your own team. You will get loads of options after the toss on fantasygully.com and ndtv.com. Do keep making your fantasy team. Thank you very much, Khardik, for joining us.